Well, percenters, welcome back. Thinking basketball, the other unicorn, Chet Holmgren, sat a whole year. He's back in action, looking a lot better than Wemby overall. Kind of like Blake Griffin took that year off. Julius Randle kind of took a year off.
That's Thunder rookie Chet Holmgren, a 7-footer who can play like a wing on offense and on the other end anchor a defense as a traditional rim protector. It's not abnormal to see big men today handle the ball well or even take a bunch of threes. But this combination of classical size,
guard skills,
versatility on the perimeter,
with
and offensive skill
gigantic
has
length.
been a pipe dream until now.
I think Chet Holmgren
Before the
probably
pace
likes
and
playing
space revolution of the last decade,
more than offense.
big men didn't need to be hypermobile. They didn't need to shoot threes, and they didn't need to guard the three-point line. But the latest archetype for big men is basically a unicorn. Anthony Davis flirted with unicorn status, but the outside shot never really took hold. 7'2" Kristaps Porzingis was literally nicknamed the unicorn, but after injuries, he settled in as a 3-and-D center, which is similar to Jaren Jackson's role in Memphis.
3-and-D
in 2021, the Cavs drafted 7-footer Evan Mobley, and he has unicorn potential, but this year's rookie class features the two truest unicorns to enter the NBA. 7'4" phenom Victor Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren. Chet's not a complete physical anomaly.
I mean, is this stuff like kind of the unfair MJ or who's the next Michael Jordan, who's the next Kobe comparisons? They're trying to compare a lot of people to KD.
Like Wemby, but he's still a unicorn. And his reported 7.5-foot wingspan would put him in the top 2% of rookies officially measured.
Porzingis.
Yet, he plays every position in Oklahoma City's positionless offense. He's a 7-foot point guard.
Boundaries are bad. Boundaries are good. When you have boundaries or when you have roles, people know what they need to do better. If you don't have roles, people are unclear. It gets more muddled when it's a game of execution, logistics, communication, position. It's not about positionless. You have to have very, very clearly defined roles like head coach, assistant coach, assistant trainer, president, GM. Imagine if the bench was positionless. Yeah, the league is trending towards positionless, but the team that actually won the NBA chip, the one that you see there, the Nuggets, Joker's the center. Then you have a power forward, and then you have a shooting guard, and then a point guard, and then a small forward. The roles are very, very clearly defined. If we just look at the Nuggets, KCP would be the defender, Aaron Gordon is the slasher, Joker is the playmaker, Jamal Murray is the scorer, and MPJ is the sniper. It's very
grab and go, run, pick and roll, and cross dudes over to get all the way to the basket. But he can also set the screen like a traditional big, only to pop out for a high percentage three.
It's very sexy to be 7 feet tall.
Then he starts setting people up with that shot of his so he can drive and slither it off the glass. And they also use him like a wing, receiving a screen here, and he backdoors it to catch on the move and spin in a reverse. This time he's spotting up behind the arc and sheds Nikola Jokic to get downhill for a flush.
Might be the
watch
future.
That little head fake to shake Joker, and then he gathers the ball with his back leg near the three-point line for 2.5 long steps, and traveling isn't really a thing anymore. Anyway, Chet's versatility is already a nice weapon for this flexible OKC offense, playing off his teammates and switching roles mid-possession before another soft finish in the paint. And this can be subtle but profound. This play looks like a simple catch-and-shoot three in early offense, but watch it again. Holmgren and a teammate set the same screen for a shooter, so if Chet were to roll to the basket, his defender would already be protecting the paint. But when the guard rolls, it causes this moment of confusion where the wing defender doesn't actually recover to the outside, and Chet's the better shooter anyway, so the changeup works perfectly. Here's another play with Holmgren setting a similar screen for a shooter, and he's punishing this defender who wants to help and then recover to the outside. Only his teammate passes to him instead, so he can flow right into this beautiful spinning turnaround in the paint. I love how fluid his movements are and that soft touch around the hoop. And his ball handling is a bit mind-boggling at his size, going to the spin and the finger roll.
Anybody with length.
As a reminder, this is what Chet looks like in a normal human-sized chair.
Spinning.
He really likes to run the point in early offense, and he's a little slippery in open space against big men. That was a great high-speed crossover, and he's a little slippery.
You need to learn how to manage your space, push the ball in front. This is a push cross. This is Giannis 101.
Space against big
men. You have
the
strength to finish like Giannis? Not quite.
That was a great high-speed crossover, and this grab and go against DeJounte Murray turns into a huge swing through and kick out to create good transition offense. He may not move at the highest speeds, but this dribbling and transition playmaking is already a value add for a center, let alone a 21-year-old rookie who hasn't even played 10 NBA games. On this one, he's
look at vision. Like he makes this simple read.
Rookie
right here, pushes it across. It's an inside skip, right? Get across the lane.
10 NBA games. On this one, he's initiating in the half court, hesitates off that screen to freeze
SGA out of a job.
Andrew Wiggins, and then slips the one-handed
crank.
On this one, he's initiating in the half court, hesitates
delayed off this foot here, foot straight, crank the left hip, foot turn, boom. Okay, gives you an extra moment to read the defense. The ball is at your hip.
Andrew Wiggins,
explode,
and then slips the one-handed
hand over the top to fight off the arm.
Off the dribble. And he just had, on this one, he's initiating. I
haven't seen a lot of Chet, but this is looking very playmaker-esque. Defender and playmaker.
Screen to freeze Andrew Wiggins, and then slips the one-handed bouncer off the dribble. And he just has great instincts for team concepts, picking up a loose ball here and stutter stepping into another nice pass. You can see the IQ on a play like this. Instincts for team concepts.
IQ, sometimes we overrate IQ, not saying he is overrated here, but IQ is not just the decisions that you make with the ball. There's decisions that you make without the ball.
Picking up a loose ball here and stutters.
So like this is pretty much a broken play, and then he stutters, and then number 8, it has high IQ. He cuts behind. He gives Chet Holmgren an out because he probably knows Chet Holmgren isn't going to do anything one-on-one.
Nice pass. You can see the IQ on a play like this for team concepts.
Jalen Williams.
Ball here and stutter stepping into another.
See, so this is a great recognition by 8, great recognition by Chet.
Nice pass.
Right, and then when it comes into skill, right? Left, right jump on this side. He takes that time to come around. He probably should have just came across with a right-footed reverse dunk with the left hand really quick.
You can see the IQ on a play like this, where the Hawks are in zone. So he tells fellow rookie Cason Wallace to flash into the soft spot. That brings 2 defenders and collapses the defense, so a cutter can slip inside and find a bucket. And
number 8, Jalen Williams again.
I think Chet will be able to make the skip pass directly to an open shooter in this spot because he's already a pretty good. The skip pass directly to an open shooter.
That shouldn't be a skip pass directly. It should be a pass fake to this guy and then a skip pass because you have to hold the bottom guy. If you hold the bottom guy takes a half second longer to close out, and then it's a wide open 3 or a terribly long closeout.
Because he's already a pretty good passer when he's surveying the defense. More importantly, he sees.
I'm pretty sure Chet went to Gonzaga. I mean, the coaching there is
opportunities.
Top level.
This is an option for a handoff, and he reads the back door, but the pass is a touch soft, and it's still an option for a handoff, and he reads the back door, but the.
It's because his body's fading away. He's reading he's off balance. Look at his foot.
Pass.
Right, he's drifting back onto this because Herb Jones just pushed him a little bit.
It's a touch soft, and it still took a great defensive read from the weak side to break it up. So turnovers like this demonstrate an impressive awareness of the floor for a rookie probing into the paint. And again, like this, demonstrate an impressive, and it still took a great defensive read from the weak side to break it up.
No, he's just sitting in the gap and staring at his eyes. That's not a great defensive read.
So turnover, and it still took a great
bad
defensive
pass
read
off
from
balance.
the weak side to break it up. So turnovers like this demonstrate an impressive awareness of the floor for a rookie pro.
Boom. When he lands, can he rise up and shoot? No. So he takes one extra dribble, off rhythm, jumps to pass. Okay, if you could jump that high, jump over him and pass it down, you could have easily jumped over number 17, Adrian Griffin, probably.
An impressive awareness of the floor for a rookie pro.
Right here, bang. That landing right there, he should be right up like Carmelo Anthony. No, takes one more dribble, he could raise up again like Kobe, Devin Booker. You're 7 feet tall. All you have to do is jump. Do you have the strength? Do you have the awareness? Are you an actual scorer?
Paint.
Nope. Staring at a pass the whole time, so he's just staring down passes.
And again.
And defensively, you just play him for that.
In time, he can learn to look to the corner to freeze this defender, and that'll be a...
No, in time, he should just rise up and shoot.
Layup. He uses the threat of his shot to attack again. And instead of a basic kick out to a shooter...
Right here, he should just pass fake and Euro step pass.
He knows help has to come and slips it inside for something better at the rim.
That's not better because Lou Dort is small. When there's an actual big man down there, he's never going to get these shots off.
By the way, his 3-point for something better. Basic kick out to a shooter. He knows help has to come and slips it inside for something better at the rim. Basic kick out to a shooter.
Right here, you pass fake with the right foot. Okay, and then you step around with the left foot. It's a left hand finish. Left foot, left hand, easy.
He knows help has to come and slips it inside for something better at the rim.
He also has Josh getting
wide
open for 3.
His 3-point shot looks fantastic, which is why opponents will run at him on the line to set up these dribble drives, and that is incredible body. Is why opponents will run at him on the line.
Look at Zion. This is a half cruise out to a closeout,
to set up,
and then a big lunge, right? And he doesn't even try after he gets burned.
Drives. And that is incredible body control for a player of any size with a lefty finish. It's a very small sample, but he's made 90% of his 30 free throws. And more importantly, his stroke and form just look really good.
90% is very high.
It's a very small sample, but he's made 90% of his 30 free throws. And more importantly, his stroke and form just look really good.
That whole year off, working just a jumper.
And fluid motion, swishes a ton of his shots, and the soft touch makes me think he's a good, if not really good, outside shooter. And
there's certain things, when you have certain skills, you should just work on particular things. He's going to get these trail threes all the time without even dribbling.
Part of his game. The idea of Chet, the unicornness of him, is built around the idea.
Now think if Chet could shoot like Dirk Nowitzki, would they care about his defense? I don't think so.
That he can be an elite piece.
Right? The fact that he can't score and makes all these mistakes point out his defense. If he could shoot like Dirk Nowitzki, he'd be the greatest player of all time.
Who stuffs up the paint like a defensive player of the year candidate. In the first 2 weeks of the NBA season, no one has contested more shots within 6 feet of the basket than Holmgren.
Remember Roy Hibbert?
And while that might slow down
diehard
as he racks up more
know
blocks,
Roy Hibbert.
It's a
Nobody
testament
cares about
to how
that guy
active
anymore.
he is in the paint and how difficult
all he did was jump vertical, and people figured it out.
He is to score.
Now, he's got no offensive skills,
it's
and
one
he's
thing
out of the
just to
league.
protect the rim, but as we saw last time with Wembanyama, today's skeleton key defender can play on the outside in a variety of coverages. Chet plays a lot of drop coverage, sagging off the screening action to protect the lane, but he can adjust and come out when
these gaps, the gaps close down. When you have more than 1 7-footer on the floor, that court is tiny. That 3-point line means absolutely nothing now. I guarantee you in practice, there's other lines on the floor. There's other tape. Where do you initiate your offense? Do you initiate it 30 feet out, 40 feet out? What spacing do you need to combat against these defenses? And then what personnel do you need?
Meeting Dame Lillard at the 3-point line, then swatting away his jumper with those 7.5-foot thunder
That would normally work on most people.
sticks. The three-point line.
He didn't lunge in far enough.
Then
didn't lunge away far enough.
Swatting away his jumper with those 7.5-foot thunder sticks. On this play, he's out near the perimeter to defend a handoff, but Murray passes and cuts back door, so Chet just tracks him down and stamps it off the backboard. And changing directions like this and staying under control means he can play almost any coverage. He's headed out, stamps it off.
Look at this closeout compared to Zion's.
Changing directions like this and staying under control means...
This is why I sold out on Zion after watching one Pelicans and Nuggets game.
He can play almost any coverage. He's headed out to trap the ball handler, but recovers to still meet him at the basket and throw off the shot. And we've seen his body control on offense, but it also helps on defense too. Also, notice how many of his blocks stay in bounds. And even at his age, he's talked about techniques that keep the ball in play to spark fast breaks instead of just spiking it into the stands. Chet is so good already that I have to remind myself he's just getting started, because his versatile skill set is impressive for any 7-footer who's ever played, let alone a 21-year-old rookie. And yes, he can add strength to his frame, his shot will improve, and he'll pick up more tricks as he plays. But right now, Chet Holmgren is already a basketball unicorn. To support this channel, check out patreon.com.
Is he a unicorn? Is he just kind of the prototype everybody has made? The only thing that really makes him a unicorn is the 7-foot status, right? I think a unicorn in terms of like tech is you have to make over $1 billion in revenue or something like that. Anyways, very, very interesting. Chet Holmgren, very, very nice player. Right now, I think he's more of a defender and a playmaker. Has no real scoring abilities. Has shooting abilities, but not really scoring abilities. Ooh, him and Wemby, face of the future. I think Chet is probably more marketable. I think he has slightly more personality. Who knows? He's in OKC and Wemby's in San Antonio, and nobody cares about those two cities. So watch out. They're going to be on the move. One to New York, one to LA, or something like that soon. Until next time, take 14 minutes, 24 seconds, or 1% of your day to get better. Peace.